Jez for Prez. I need you to comment on something.
Yeah.
I need you to set. We'll set it up first. We have decided not to die. Mark Reed. We just watched it, so what did it mean?
Well,
if you want to cite specific instances, you should let me know.
Hello, I'm Mark Reed.
What I was going to say is that I'm not attempting to explain what he means. I'm by the whole overcoming death thing. In fact, I think that I don't think the body of what the meat of his argument, I don't think reaches that conclusion, or it doesn't quite make sense to me yet.
Right. It's not quite there. I think you're right.
And the biggest problem is just the whole idea that death is a construct. Well, I get what he's saying about death being a construct, in that death has become something larger than it actually is. Death has become, it's gone beyond physical death, which is not a construct, I'm sorry to say. You will
Physical
die,
death.
and accepting the fact that you will die is, I think, very important. And I think that it's part of the problem of the hegemon, in his arguments, that they are grasping at immortality. They're trying to put their imprint on the world in a coercive way, and thereby trying to live forever somehow.
You hear that, Mark?
And
stop trying to live forever.
But I do understand death being a construct, in that it's gone beyond physical death, which is fucking reality. So when you say literally overcoming death, there's a real problem there. Because that was what was said in this video, is that you can literally overcome death.
I think that maybe he doesn't quite say that yet.
No, he said literally
overcome death. Oh, that's true. No, there is like a thing right at the beginning. He says
potentiality, and so this is the first essay, and then there's a bunch of material that I hope you enjoy.
What does he say?
Architects and conceptual artists Shusaku Arakawa and Madeline Gens make the claim that through an architectural style they call reversible destiny, one can literally overcome death.
Literally? What does it mean?
What
does it mean yet?
No.
What does it mean yet?
Death is not inevitable. It's a construct.
No.
It's constantly reinforced through habit, a habit of movement, a habit of...
Okay. No. Wait.
Abstract death.
Wait.
Therefore, death
Hold
can
on. Okay.
overcome.
Abstract death.
But the thing is, right, abstract, I think death is still abstract in a way. Because, think about this. If I had been raised with the idea of reincarnation as a really serious, thing, of the idea that, I did not live one life. I lived many lives. Mm-hmm. In fact, I will live infinitely many lives, right? That every moment is like a waking dream that you can wake up to. And you could be like, oh my god, was this life that I'm awakening to? This is weird. I don't even know how I got here sometimes, right?
Yeah.
You could overcome death in a certain sense. The question is even my conception of physical death is based only on my experiences as, what is physical death? Having a heartbeat, relating to these people, being... Can you imagine what it would be like to be a memory to somebody?
I mean, I guess it's not so much, for me, it's not a problem of, because I can definitely understand that, you can have different definitions of death based on your belief system or whatever. You can abstract it it's so... What it gives me the feeling of is how I felt when I was in academia, which is that everything... Okay, let me come at this in a different angle. When I stopped going to school, after a while, I started to appreciate talking about real life stuff. I wasn't into it. I thought, like, while I was going to school, real life stuff to me was like small talk, right? And so what this, though I really think that he's right in what he's saying all the way through. I feel like this talk about literally overcoming death is just not really important to what he's saying.
It's fascinating.
I think that it's a really good hook.
Because we all like kind of have that immortality aspiration or something.
Yeah, it's just a really, like, I think a lot of the times, like, really extreme statements are just really good hooks.
Yeah.
You know.
Basically.
And the most important quote-unquote philosophers, some of them have the most, their thesis statement, thesi, are just so extreme. And, you know what I mean? Like, it's I feel like it steps too far. I mean,
It's an intentional step too far.
Yeah.
Nietzsche's, I think, like that completely. I think he's all hooks, in fact, in a way. Barbs. Yeah, man. Yo! Okay, wait. So we're telling this completely out of order right now because you don't know. You may not have even seen Mark Reed's video. We have decided not to die because we're going to retitle it after this. So if you see this one first, we'll have to read for you. I'm going to read my synopsis of like what Mark Reed's essay is. We have decided not to die. We have decided not to die. We have thought about it. And we have decided not to die. It seems possible, yes, we may be able to overcome death. All we need is a reversible destiny. A reversible destiny, so say the elders. So may we all. Death is a construct, reinforced through habit. Therefore death, if death is a construct, reinforced through habit, therefore death can be overcome by a simple process of rigorous dehabituation. It's a very nice logical statement in a way. It assumes a lot, but, you know, learning about death, right? Where to start? Okay, our homes. Make them strange and uncomfortable. Make them reversible destiny zones. The TAS is a reversible destiny zone. The temporary autonomous zone. Like a kitchen. I don't know why a kitchen. The kitchen. The kitchen. Okay. The kitchen. The kitchen is a reversible destiny zone. I'm not really sure why. But
I'm sorry, but your tie is just
really
awesome.
long, I know. The great manifestation of our collective efforts to overcome a certain hegemonic suicide. I'm extrapolating a lot there, but I'm connecting a lot to the autoimmunity. The state, capitalism, patriarchy, the list goes on. They are all suffering from an autoimmunity disorder. So it attacks the TAS. It attacks the TAS. The TAS is an outsider. Its people are members of a secret anarchist order for chaos. It is unwelcome. But the TAS is ancient. It is carnival, it is diggers and levelers of 17th century England? Is Dadaist salons of 1920s? Is Paris 68? Is London 96? Is Chiapas 94? The tasers travel through time environments like steampunk, space cowboys, war and peace, / peace, utopia, through the doors of the silent subway discos, inside cyclones of critical mass riders, floating within the forms of junk-wrapped armadas and gangs, Black Rock City, Zuccotti Park, need more Taz. The threads are illicitness, reorientation, and play. I'm not going to discuss these at all right now, because I still have very much to dig into your essay, Mark. But those are the threads that you stated. The Taz seeks a dissolution of the dominant hegemon. Permission is key. When it comes to relations with the state, it is always better to ask for forgiveness than permission. I think that's generally true. And it kind of coincides with a lot of like what the idea of like states' rights or libertarian positions in a way, or the idea that autonomy resides with the people rather than it's only in a contractual obligation to the state that they are given power over you. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like that's true anymore. People don't really relate to the United States that way. Oppositional in nature, posit alternative realities, destabilize and disorient, reorient us. All of that activity reorients us to some state of spinning top-like flow. The home we have now, the homes we have now, are perceptual landing sites, very predictable. And when you disrupt them, you reorient the mind in a continual state of disorientation. I'm not sure if it's going to remain continual. It's only continual for a moment, really. And this is another thing about the Taz, which is interesting. It's the idea of time. It's like, it says temporary, right? But like, how long is temporary? The United States is temporary. Rome was temporary. Humanity is temporary. Those are temporary is a long time, potentially. Why we no reorient being? Why don't we do this? When you reorient the mind in a continual state of disorientation, you reorient your being because you're being all the time. Or you're like in the moment of like, oh, I'm being, oh shit, it's happening. So. And I think that's like more about the being here rather than the being there. I still don't understand if Heidegger would have taken that response.
That being here is maybe...
Alright, I have to finish this video in 2 minutes, a minute and a half actually. Okay, here it is. Huizinga writes of the magic circle, culture itself is play, society is play, hegemony is play, but it is particularly sensitive and insistent set of rules. We need to change the game. The Taz will teach us to play by offering us opportunity to interrelate. This is a challenge, this is a challenge, this is a challenge. Why do we not see the possibility of this world? It is always seems to be other, future, detained. We must enter new circles of imagination and shudder. Now this is the stuff where I'm asking more specific questions. These are the questions for Mark. Or anybody else that comes up on this. What does it matter anyway? These things are real and true and well-spoken. But the question really is, may we allow ourselves to decide not to die? Could we even ethically empower ourselves to do it? Could we admit to ourselves the possibility that we would be like, no, I'm not going to die? Can we admit ourselves, or can we admit ourselves to that death in one dream may lead to waking in another, into another, into another, into another? How seriously can we take that kind of repetition? Only if we can allow ourselves to play, to actually play. The game, life, the world, humanity, everything may be a game. The injustice is only true for the people who expect everyone to play by their rules. douche.